All right, at this time, I will call the August meeting of the MSD of North Liberty School Board to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Slagle, if you will please read our vision, mission, core beliefs, and high priorities.
I'll be happy to. At North Posey, our vision, we inspire all students to achieve their potential for learning in life in a safe and supportive environment. Mission, we partner with our community to create a dynamic and innovative educational experience, empowering students to become educated, productive, and responsible citizens. Core beliefs, we believe our community is vital to our educational success. Everyone is valued and treated with respect, and always telling the truth. An educational opportunity for all, student-centered programs, challenging and inspiring learning, and the pursuit of excellence through a strong sense of pride. Our high priorities: enhancing the student experience, investing in administrators and staff, fostering strong relationships among all, and maximizing our resources.
Thank you. And with that, we are moving on to good news.
All right, well, our good news this year is we have started and we just completed our third day of school. Happy to say that lots of things mean that you have a great start to school, but for me, it's always to make sure all of our kindergartners get home safely. Learning new routines for them, getting on and off buses. Sounds like a simple thing, but not when you're 5. So we had a great start to the school year.
Good. And we are moving on to patrons' concerns then. Just want to make sure everybody knows we do have a policy on this. Got it if you need it. Mr. Collins,
Let me stand up or anything, or?
you can do whatever you would like to do.
Oh, just take a seat. Only thing I come here to discuss or bring up, and if you guys need the time to think about it or what your position is, I really wasn't aware. But probably 2-3 weeks ago, some of my friends had some children entering kindergarten, and we were talking about what that entails and how this works and different things. And one of them said, well, I had to order some headphones. So what do you need headphones for? I said, well, I like for a Chromebook. I said, there's no way in kindergarten you got a Chromebook. I said, well, I'll ask my wife and I'll let you know. So that evening he got home and he goes, yep, that's what it's for. And I was just floored. I just couldn't believe that kindergartners have Chromebooks. And I'm not a big fan of them even in 1st, 2nd grade, or maybe 3rd or 4th. But that's was told as the truth. So I talked to Lindsay. I called her and she talked to me about it, and very brief and said, here's my opinion. And she seems of the same opinion that I am. And I said, well, I'm going to come to a board meeting and just talk about it and see why that is, if there's anything that can be changed, what's going on with that. It just blows my mind. Not that it's North Posey specific, because I know it's everywhere, but like in our house, we try to keep screen time down. We let our kids watch TV a little bit in the morning, maybe a little something before bed, very minimal, and it's minimal time. It's not like, well, you get 3 hours a day and you watch it all at the same time. It's maybe 10 minutes here, 15 there. And it floored me that I'm going to send my kid to school and they're going to get a Chromebook shoved in front of their face for 5, 6, 7 hours a day, especially in kindergarten. And my oldest will be in kindergarten next year. So I want to try to, if there's anything that can be done, try to get way ahead of it and not be, I kind of feel like I'm playing catch up anyway, but
It's
my
not
concern.
our policy to really comment back, but I can tell you, you're not going to find anybody at this table that disagrees with your position, and it's something we're working on.
Like I say, I don't know what, if you want or can or whatever, comment back, but I don't mind to come to other meetings if you guys have to research things or if there's.
Yeah, sure.
I think just a national trend was probably back in 2008 or something like that. A lot of your state testing had kids using Chromebooks or some type of technology. And so back then, I think the fear was if we don't get kids acclimated to using keyboards, things of that nature, then they're not going to do as well on testing. A lot of your curriculum vendors started providing a lot of tools in that were online. But I think the trend today, in fact, we read an article here over the summer about it and going to talk more about it tomorrow with our principals, but it's just actually the reduction of screen time. I think the article we looked at was actually from Los Angeles, where they had, like you said, so much time per day and per week on that. We just adopted a new reading series, and during the whole presentation, everything that they presented to us, one of the things I noticed was they didn't talk about, well, then you go to this website and then you do this. And so it's more about having textbooks in front of kids, trade books in front of kids, readers, stuff of that nature. So I'll be surprised if that's not something that our politicians don't come up with up in Indianapolis this January, but it is definitely something that we're looking at now.
I'm saying I don't have any, I'd say hard facts, but I have seen where they've done some studies following this stuff where the test scores have actually gone down on tablets and Chromebooks versus textbooks and pen and paper, pencil and paper. And
I can tell you, I walked one of our elementaries today for about half an hour, and I didn't see a kid on the Chromebook. Because I usually write a daily kind of description of the board. That's something I actually put in my notes.
I actually had my fourth grader come home today and say, Mom, my teacher hasn't had us open our Chromebook one time, because she knows
That's
I'd be
good.
excited about it. So, because I'm always like, did you charge your Chromebook? Because they freak out in the morning because we've got a lot of people that need to charge them. But yeah, they were like excited they hadn't had to open it, so.
I just don't like the screen time. I don't like I know other people that live in the county, if they don't have internet access, like you're saying, you gotta charge them. It's just, at that grade level, maybe in high school, junior high, that's I think a whole different subject, but
I don't even get my Chromebook out for the meeting.
in the primary education, it just important.
I think they need books.
I do too.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Nash?
Well, I'm really here to support Justin because I believe the way he does also. And to support the proposed library. And from what I've heard about it, I think it's a great idea. As a former teacher, we did a lot of reading in the library books. They checked out books. We did AR back then. I know I've been retired a few years, but I think that might help the reading scores if we would get back to kids loving to read and wanting to read what they're interested in reading. To do that, we need more books. Whether they're interested in fiction or nonfiction, we need a variety of books for the kids to pick from to read on their own.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. With that, we will move on to minutes, claim docket, and consent items.
All right, President Oakley, before you and the board, we have the minute, claim docket, and consent items for your approval. Would like to point out that we had a couple of additions here to the hiring and transfer request. Melanie Blaze for the high school cafeteria, Mark Stevens for hire as assistant girls soccer coach, and Bob Head for volunteer for boys soccer coach. And as you mentioned before, in our minutes, we did have the switch there. Meredith Atkins as instructional assistants and Mary Brown as the assistant in the life skills classroom.
Looking for a motion to approve the consent items as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent items as presented.
Second,
I'll second that.
discussion on these. I am gonna mention it just because it's one of my favorite things that happens in consent items every year is Carrie Schmidt requesting advanced approval for Academic Bowl state finals trip coming up in May. And the Spell Bowl as well. I love the confidence. I think it's awesome. Does anybody have anything else on these? Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. On to new business.
All right, with our new adoption, several teachers asked if spelling as a tag can be taken off the report card and replaced. So for the K2, it'd be spelling category be renamed Reading Foundations, reflecting the comprehensive foundation literacy skills taught with our magnetic literacy. And then for grades 3-5, spelling instruction is embedded in the magnetic literacy program and assessed as part of the overall language arts grade. And as a result, spelling will no longer appear on the subject or the report card.
Looking for a motion to approve this report card change.
I'll make the motion that we approve the report card changes.
Second,
I'll second.
discussion on this.
We do have our academic coach and principal from South Terrace here, if you have any questions for them about it.
I think all my questions are answered. Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you for coming. Back in June, we discussed the possibility of the Poseville Carnegie Library becoming a branch at our schools. And this is just another topic. There's no action this evening, but want to bring it up for discussion once again.
So we're looking at this being an action item in September. Wanted to make sure all board members' questions were answered, which thank you for forwarding that email. Did anybody have anything additional on that at this time?
You probably answered it, but I may have missed it. If I want to know that there's an end all to who gets to say what books are allowed, because I'm
Well,
thinking,
regardless that we're not gonna do that, it's too controversial, it's too high level, it's too important, so regardless, I check every single book before I bring it to the library.
okay, thank you.
And if I may add, I'm the president of the public library. At one point, Heather wasn't there, let's put it that way, and we had other people in charge at the library, and I was not president at that time. But after I became president, and I think it was right about the time we hired Heather, we realized that our public library had, and I'm not one for censorship, so don't get me wrong, but we're talking about books that nobody should be looking at.
They were very explicit.
Had been brought into our library, and a lot of us weren't even aware of it. And so immediately, when I became president and we realized what had happened, that someone had been ordering these books, a large number of these books. And thank goodness, almost nobody had checked them out. So I'm really happy about that. But they were so bad, we did not know what to do with them after we pulled them from the shelves.
We couldn't donate them anywhere.
Couldn't donate them any place, and we didn't want to put them in the recycling bin at the recycling. Okay, so it was really hard to know what to do with these things. So there is so much wonderful literature out there. Why in the world would anybody order anything like that? I mean, it just blew our minds. So, I mean, we pretty well control things like that.
I'm sold with that explanation. It's just, there's another library that I've taken my kids to, and you know their politics when you walk in, and I don't like that. And I never felt that way in your library. I love your library.
And I don't care
just-
about politics, I care about kids.
Yes.
So no matter how I feel about who's voting for what, I don't want kids to see things that are not appropriate for kids. And there's adult content that they don't need to know.
And honestly, I did not realize all that you did to make sure that AR books were in the classroom. Like, I just assumed the teachers did that. I had no idea before your last thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so
So-
when the kids would say, well, we don't really go to the library, well, I didn't realize it was Miss Moreland brought the library to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, there was a concern before, I think you said, what happens if we ever decide to end this partnership? Would our shelves be empty? So I talked to my library board, and they agreed that if we ever ended the partnership, that we would donate what is currently in the libraries and leave you with full libraries. Why would I want them back? I have nowhere to put them. And plus, I'm gonna curate them over time. So you might have 10-year-old books, even though they were new releases when I bought them. We're gonna leave that collection in all 3 libraries if we ever decided this isn't working.
Awesome.
So, and I don't have to be the person. It's not contingent on just me. I will train my assistant director to continue. We'll have a procedure and a policy of continuing. And then if you guys filled my position with a different librarian, that person can just continue to. This could be forever. This could be great. So
Thank you.
does anybody else have any concerns? Because I want this to happen so bad that we'll bend over backwards to make it work. Cause it's good for the schools and the kids.
Okay, I do have one.
Yes,
If your people come into the school to work, will they follow the dress code of the people at the school?
absolutely.
Okay.
I've already put in a memorandum of understanding that they follow all school rules. They follow all the guidelines. I'm getting them background checks. They will have a public library badge, but they still have to come through the office and tell the secretary that they're here. And that's in the memorandum of understanding that we have to follow all of your policies that you put in place.
Thank you.
And I updated it. So if you guys want to look at it for the next month.
Yeah.
I updated it to say we leave the books. They're gonna follow all the policies. Take one of those and pass it around.
I spoke to a colleague, she's with IPS, and they do this same program, and she just goes on behind graded.
And they don't have Heather.
They don't have
I
that.
was really impressed with this to start off with, and I'm just getting more and more impressed as I go on. I think it's something that
Thank you.
I'm excited about.
I am too. And we've had a few complaints from teachers in the past that when Heather's not here, we don't get to come to the library. Well, I'm one person in 3 schools, and we've had a lot of things happen. And I know that you can't come to the library, and that misses the whole week. I want to put the librarians in the school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, every single morning from 8 to 11. So the teachers will have every morning, Monday through Thursday, to bring classes. And I'll have a librarian that's trained, and they'll know exactly how to do it, how to help this child find the right book for the right book level. You're not going to have a 2nd grader taking home a Harry Potter unless they can read it. So before, we just let them check out books and go. We didn't have time to make sure that they're getting a just right book. And so I've trained my librarians that are going to be in the schools to be a little of me to do exactly how I would do it. So I'm very confident that this would run really smoothly.
If this moves forward in September, how long will it take you to get things in place?
I am ready right now. So Evergreen, the Evergreen system of Indiana, I can set up a group of catalogers that could come to North Elementary and catalog everything in a weekend. And then maybe 2 weeks later, we'll catalog everything. And 2 weeks later, we'll do the high school. And I have books in boxes ready to go into the schools. They're cataloged and ready. So I think it's seamless. You guys probably, nobody would even notice. We're gonna continue and just go. As soon as you guys pull the trigger, we're doing it. And if you say no, I got a backup plan. So I'll still continue. I'm still gonna bring books in. I'm gonna call them bookmobile books. And then when my bookmobile comes, I'll just be bringing the bookmobile and letting kids still check out Poseyville Library books. So I'm not going to let them go without brand new release books. I'm still going to do it, but it just won't be in your building. They have to come outside and get on the bus.
Thank you very much for all your work on this.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
You're
answering
welcome.
all of our questions.
Thank you very much.
All right, Director of Food Services, Stacy Smith, needs to bump up prices. Can't blame this one on anything except the price of food's going up. So look at the cost of a breakfast and lunch going up for a student by 10 cents. And if they do a entree only at breakfast, it goes up by 50 cents.
Looking for a motion to approve the food price increases.
I make a motion, we approve the food increases, price increases.
Second,
I'll second
discussion on this one. On the motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, this next one, Mr. Collins, Mr. Bowers, appreciate the fact that Sean Fisher brought this to me. We were doing accounting at the high school. It was all online. So the initial to purchase the books we need is going to be $6,065.65. We'll get kids in a hard copy of the textbook and not to rely solely on a digital platform.
Looking for a motion to approve this purchase.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase.
Second,
I'll second it.
any discussion on this? Motion and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
So we did get the second bid in for the next item. We're looking at. So you're ahead of me, aren't you? We're looking at fencing around on the football field, around the visitor side, along the north end of the football field, and back around the baseball fields. We got two quotes. They're very, very close to each other. So at the time, I just knew that one quote was going to be just less than $60,000. So I knew I was going to go higher than that. So I was asking your approval for spending no more than $60,000 to replace fencing. Danny swears that some of it's been around since he was in school.
Well, then look to that then.
Looking for a motion to approve this not to exceed amount on fencing.
I'll make a motion to approve this amount.
Second,
I'll second it.
any discussion on this.
That is what's there dilapidated, is it falling apart or?
That's been for years in several places.
Mhm.
And Mr. Kirkman was concerned about the baseball on the outfield.
Yeah.
So this is
we
the
did
actual outfield fence for the baseball field.
We did the backstop. It's probably been 5-10 years ago,
At
but
this point.
we've done it. Not too long ago, but that was the outfield fence. I think we talked about that 3 or 4 years ago.
What was it, where's it talking about around the concession stand? Was that the baseball concession? Well,
Not
I
by
guess
the
they
tennis
share
courts.
that. Okay, down on that end, okay, so to close that back off.
Any other discussion on this? A motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next item is in June or July, you approved the purchase of 6 buses. 2 of them, we're paying for the operations for them. We're going to do the 5-year lease like you did the last set of buses. We can pay it off ahead of time to save money on interest.
No action on that, so
Your signatures, thank you. Next item there is, each year we have to adopt our new board, our current board policies for the 26-27 school year. So we're just asking you to re-adopt everything you've previously adopted.
looking for a motion to approve the Neola policies.
I'll make a motion to approve the Neola policies.
Second,
I'll second
any discussion on this? This is the main purpose of our board, is policy, and I think we strongly believe in our policies. Anything else on that? Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Looking for staff, for board approval, just to go ahead and renew our staff evaluation policy. And you can see listed there, scoring from our principals on our teaching staff.
Do we need to reapprove it or it?
Yes. Just to reapprove the policy. I guess we just did that in one before, but
This one, you just have to, there's not an action required, we just have to have a discussion that these were the evaluation scores from the previous school year.
This was last year's score.
Correct.
From the various principals.
correct. All right. Next, each year the teacher appreciation grant, if you remember last year was the first year that it got reworked by the state, by our politicians, and same thing as this year. Only thing we added here locally would be that they have to also miss no more than 10 days of work to qualify.
I like that addition.
For any reason.
Yes.
Looking for a motion to approve the tag grant policy.
I make a motion, we approve the tag policy for our teacher appreciation grant.
Second,
I'll second it.
any discussion on this? It seems like a very reasonable change to me. Motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. On to professional leave.
With professional leave, you see Mr. Cartman there, attending teaching American history, Mrs. McMunn, The high ability coordinators went through IDOE, that's required. The next one there in September. I'm drawing a blank on the acronym.
Shannon?
It's for sensory.
Oh, I'm not used to you being here. Yes.
It's for sensory, needs, back conferences.
The one that was added in the last minute was, Brad Wallace is asking just for professional days only. He's taking care of mileage, hotel and everything else because he's presenting at a conference, but then also, taking or sitting in on conferences that he believes will help him do his job better with our kiddos at the high school.
Looking for a motion to approve the professional leave with the addition of Brad Wallace.
I'll make a motion to approve the professional leave.
Second,
I'll second it.
motion and second, any discussion on these? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, then with our bond, as you can see, to the west of us here, that the solar array for South Terrace is installed, will be functional, timeline here in 2 weeks. The South Terrace array is up as well. It will be probably a month before that one's functioning for us. Can't wait to see the impact. I don't know if we should say so much on the bill as far as, but the energy usage that we have. They're supposed to offset this one 87%, South Terrace 85%. And what I learned, and you two probably knew this, but it actually turns our meter backwards. So I was trying to figure out, we have a tendency to lose power up here. If that would continue, and basically if the building's not drawing power, then no, the system kind of just idles until then it calls for power again. So that was interesting, new learning for me. Our maintenance building has been recited, and we're waiting. Corson's supposed to come out, put an external fire alarm and signaler out there so that we can get our certificate of occupancy at 10. Should actually be done. So that's exciting. Mr. Kavanaugh said,
Have an MLC,
well,
maybe?
he said it was good till August. He just forgot to ask which year. So yes, he's excited to get the MLC back. Then we have our ISBA conference coming up in October.
Does anyone have anything else?
Yeah, I just have a few questions. I just sat through two Mount Vernon School Board, very long budget meetings as part of their school board, where this is the time of year they go through all the, debt service and everything. Do you do that? Are you gonna present your budget or?
We start our calendar, then we'll do it for the next meeting.
So next meeting will be budget? Okay, I was just wondering that for putting it on the schedule. And the other thing I was wondering is, the hot thing is around the state is no cell phones, even at lunch and everything. Now, I assume since it's a state thing, you've adopted that policy too?
Correct.
Yes. There was something on the news tonight that I had not heard of before, that students, when they use their Chromebooks and their things, there's an app on there that they could call their parents if they had to. Do you know anything? So that I never heard
The
that
students
before.
should know more than we would.
Did you, but they can't talk to their friends, but they could get their parents if they had to. I mean, Matt Evansville was talking about that.
I thought
Have
that
you
was
heard
the
that?
thing they paid money to install.
Oh, so it's in,
$21,000 to,
But our director of technology has our Chromebooks pretty, as a student, is it pretty choked down,
A
aren't
lot of things are blocked and monitored, so
they? Not that
I'm
you would
not,
know.
yeah,
I'm
you've
not
never
heard
not
that.
heard that. Yeah, I was just wondering, I didn't want to necessarily write about it, but, just to see if you were doing it, but
No,
I
you're
hadn't
getting rid
heard
of
about it. What?
Yeah.
So I was just wondering. Okay. And those were my main questions. Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone have anything else? If not, looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
With that, we are adjourned.
I do.
Hey, Jeff.